to the land. It's an issue of love. It's an issue of affair. It's an issue of emotion and sensual relations. There might be Israelis and there might be Palestinians, there might be Jews, there might be Christians, there might be Muslims, but the territory is the prime organizing idea. The third group is the state group. These are the people that for them the state is not just a framework or a tool to organize education, economy, sewage, and exhibitions, but it is something else. It's a concept. It is almost a religious concept. My late father, used to believe that the state of Israel is the dawn of our redemption. It has something to do with eschatology, with the end of the day, with redemption. It has an overload, an over-baggage, which is not just instrumental in the hands of the individual. It's not like a glass that I used to drink or a mic through which I'm used to talk to you. It is something with substance. So these are the statespeople. And the last group, which is, as for now, is the shrinking group, is the group of the human. The group in which the human being, the individual, his or her rights and his or her constitutional needs and freedoms and liberties are the organizing ideas. And the conversation between the God's group, the territorial group, the state's group, and the man's group or the human's group is not yet a good conversation. Maybe we do not yet have the vocabulary for this conversation. So when you go to an exhibition like this, part of what you see are people who belong to the old world order of the world of the cracks we used to have up until whatever. And some of the people, they belong to the new division as well. Now, this is an exhibition about Israelis, but is it about us only? Actually, can we not ask the same questions of identity and humanity in each and every society of ours? I mean, I take it that we can make the same exhibition, or actually the same argument, even about the 15,000 people of this community, or 16,000 or whatever you have, and actually come with almost similar profile of people with different approaches and different feelings and different motivations and different commitments and different everything. So actually, as much as it is a very Israeli exhibition, it's a very universalist one. It's a very universal one. I, for one, believe that Israel, in a sense, is the microcosm of the world, at least of the Western world, as much as the world is the macrocosm of Israel. You want to understand the world, come to us. We shall give you a blitz course. In 5 minutes, you will understand yourself, okay? Sometimes when we want to understand and have a perception, a deeper perception, a wider perception about ourselves, we have to travel abroad in order to discover something very near to us. So yes, it is an exhibition about Israelis, but no, it is an exhibition about us all, human beings. And actually, it has a saying. It is about the stranger, the other, the one who is different than me. But this is a saying which says, actually, I am the one who is a stranger and other and different for somebody else. My grandfather was an Ostjude in Dresden. And my father used to say that every Jew has an Ostjude. So every individual has an individual, somebody who is not like himself. So I'm an Ost, somebody to somebody. This is why when I say it's about us, an exhibition like this helps me to diffuse one thing. And this is, I see you as the other. Through this positive expose, I even respect you. I appreciate the way you live. I love the pride you have in your life. Sometimes I even envy your happiness. And when I see all of this together, it's very difficult to hate you and to be afraid of you, because I like you. So actually an exposure like this is one of the immune systems we should have through art and through journalism and through observation of the other against the phobias of our life, the xenophobia and Islamophobia and the Judophobia and any other phobias we have, because we are all human beings and to somebody else we are strangers. Having said that, I would like to conclude actually with two elements. I loved the phrase that Avner said here. We decided to document everybody who lives under the same roof, and therefore we documented the homeless in the bench in the boulevard. Oh, what was the roof actually out there? Well, I think about different kind of roofing. So is it possible that the heaven itself or the sky itself is the roof of your argument, which is shared by all? Well, the answer is yes, of course. And when I look into it under this general, fantastic new roof that under which all of us are living, different but equal, equal but different, all of a sudden you realize that the previous world order in which many of us were born to is not there anymore. The family is not the same family anymore. When I was a little boy, most of the Sephardi kids coming from the Muslim hemisphere had grandparents, parents, and themselves. We, the Ashkenazi, who usually came from the European hemisphere, did not have grandparents, only parents and ourselves. And that's it. When nowadays I go to the meetings of parents at the school of my children, if a child does not have 5 grandmothers, 22 parents, 2 fathers, and an aunt which adopted the cat, he's not or she's not normative. The new family is something that actually indicates to us the erosion of the old borders and boundaries and partitions between communities and individuals and actually ideas and concepts. Because there is a feeling, which here in Europe there is a struggle. Where is the nation state? Is the nation the same nation it used to be when the state was established? Is the state has the same notions and criterions and mechanisms that it used to have 100 or 20 or 200 years ago? I'm not at all sure. There is an erosion of the state, there is erosion of the nation, there is erosion of the family, and in a place in which you have erosion, it is not necessarily bad only because it makes room for a birth of new concepts and new paradigms and new definitions of belongings. Be it the individual belonging, be it the family belonging, be it the collective communal one. And I believe that this exploration after the eroded boundaries and therefore the newborn boundaries was beautifully stated by Galia, who actually touched about the alternative memorial sermon over 2 weeks ago. I know why we didn't meet each other there, because there were so many people. Imagine Israel, the nationalistic entity, you read about it in the papers, that the military is so centric to its identity, that the victims of the wars are actually the saints, the new saints of the society, and all of a sudden 2,500 people or 3,000 people, which is a lot, are coming to the same room in Tel Aviv, Israelis and Palestinians alike, and respecting the befallen of the other, because we understand that war is not a natural objective thing. It is something that was done together by 2 partners. So if we want to overcome the prices of war, we cannot overcome it alone by sanctifying our prices only, but we have to do it with the other as well. So it is respecting, it is part of the same erosion of old boundaries and finding new connections and new common denominators. And 3,000 people in the midst of the Memorial Day in Tel Aviv is a very strong statement that 10 years ago, when you started your journey towards this new Israeli soul, I'm not at all sure you ever thought that you will see a picture like this out there. And again, this is matzav mishpachti. This is a family situation. And last but not least, these values, and since here I take I permit myself to have one political statement only, because the way it was introduced so beautifully by Galia and Avner and Hanno. Hanno and myself are sitting in Vienna in a very interesting forum, which is a forum of intellectuals who try in a very abstract way to explore what's going on with Europe. We have Gertraud here at the Bruno Kreisky Forum, and we sit with a few others. I mean, it's a very humbling room, because most of the people are so smart that I usually, when I go out of sessions like this, I feel like I'm the stupid one in the room. But thinking about challenges that we are having around Europe, and out of these challenges, which are the others, and the boundaries, and the definitions, and the situation, and the state of humanity, we have other forums that are offsprings of this intellectual wide womb, or intellectual wide pregnancy to new ideas about Europe and about the West. One of them is a group of Israelis and Palestinians who were sitting together in the last 2 years, exploring painfully, exploring an abstract topic. Can there be an alternative to the notion of partition? Everything we have in the Middle East is about partitions. I'm here, you are there. This is mine, this is yours. This is my family, this is not my family. This is my land, this is not your land. Everything is about partition. Can we offer the public, can we offer the collectives, can we offer the individual an approach to life in which there are alternatives to partition? We develop a notion like this. And actually tomorrow we are going, some of us are going, Israelis and Palestinians and some Austrians are going to Brussels, to the European Parliament, to introduce this notion of actually new family situation in the Middle East. The family of Israelis and the family of Palestinians maybe would like to have a different portrait than the portrait we all know. The portrait of conflict, and the portrait of animosity, and the portrait of not trusting each other, the portrait of my trauma is bigger than your trauma. No, we would like to offer a different, positive, and very sensitive alternative portrait for the Middle East, for us and for the world to consider. The profile of the profile is exactly what Avner and Rede did in the last 10 years. It is pay attention to what people tell you. Don't necessarily pay attention to what people tell you they are telling you. You're great. Thank you very much.